Hire purchase and loans. What is a loan? Well, it is a sum of money that is borrowed to buy an item, for example, a home. Interest is charged and it will therefore cost more than the advertised price. How does the loan work? Well, the bank is the lender and they provide money to the borrower, usually a person, who then agrees to pay back an amount borrowed over a length of time. They make regular monthly repayments. The bank makes money by charging the borrower interest. The borrower has the funds to buy the item he or she desires. The hire purchase. You hire, in inverted commas, the item until the final payment is made, and then it only becomes yours. So while you're still paying it off, it still belongs to the company who's allowed you to hire it. An agreed monthly repayment is paid over time. Interest is also charged at a percentage of the purchase price, and this is included in the monthly repayments. This is a typical example of a hire purchase advertisement. Right, let's interpret the information. Well, the 199 Rand, they normally put it in large print and it's eye-catching because it's a relatively small amount. So 199 Rand doesn't seem very much, but that is the monthly repayment. You will pay that amount for 36 months, so they have to tell you for how long you will pay it. The cash price, they normally put in fine print or small print, and that is the price you would pay if you went into the shop and you bought it today, paying the full price. The 10% deposit is required, and that is always calculated on the cash price. It is a sign of goodwill, which means you are committed to buying the item. If you change your mind, you lose the deposit. Let's have a look at some of the calculations involved in a hire purchase. The first thing we need to calculate is the deposit, and the deposit is normally a percentage of the cash price. So let's begin. 10%, so we're going to have 10 over 100 percentage multiplied by 2,899.95. If you put that in your calculator, you will see that your answer is 289.995, which we have to round off to 2 decimal places. So that is going to add one on there. So if I do this calculation, 290 Rand. So before I even take the fridge, I have to pay my cash deposit of 290 Rand. Once the cash deposit has been paid, let's consider what the real cost of this hire purchase agreement is. So now for that, we're going to have a look at this part of the advertisement. So 199 Rand for 36 months, which doesn't seem very much, but let's work it out. So if we have to pay 199 Rand for 36 months, you will see that that works out to be 7,164 Rand. So that is what the real cost of the hire purchase agreement is going to be. Now we need to calculate the total cost. Well, the total cost is going to be the deposit plus the HP agreement amount. So the deposit, if you remember, that was 290 Rand. The hire purchase agreement, which we calculated previously, was 7,164. 7,164 Rand. And if I add those two together, I will get a total of 7,454 Rand. That doesn't seem all that much, but let's have a look what happens when we actually calculate the percentage increase from the cash price to the higher purchase price. Percentage increase means new minus old over old multiplied by 100. And remember, this is 100%. It is a unit in this. It is not a part of the calculation. So our new price is 7,454 Rand minus the cash price, which was 2,899.95 over, remember we always put these two at the end, 2,899 Rand 95. We're going to multiply by 100%. The difference in price would be 4,554 Rand and 5 cents. Quite a big difference over 2,899.95. So what this is actually telling you is that the dealer is making an extra 4,554 Rand out of you. Right, so we're going to multiply by 100. Remember, it's a unit, so you don't put the percentage in your calculator. And if I go and work that out, it is 157,038%, which is huge. So 157% increase. Now, when we look at these calculations, we actually want to know why a person would do this to themselves. Well, perhaps it's an item you desperately need. Every household needs a fridge. And if you don't have that kind of money, you're going to have to go and take out an HP agreement so that you can get the fridge in order to put your milk and your fresh vegetables, etc. in. Please would you do exercise 4 on page 101.